In the 1960s, railroads all over the United States were losing business to trucks, especially on distances of less than 500 miles. Construction of taxpayer-supported highways, like the interstate highway system, enabled trucks to travel faster. This affected the Reading more than many other railroads because it served a relatively small geographic territory. Its longest haul was 210 miles from Philadelphia to Williamsport, PA. The loss of business came at a challenging time for the Reading, as it had suffered a steep decline in the shipment of anthracite coal, as homes and businesses had converted to petroleum oil or natural gas for heating after World War II. In 1964, Charles Bertrand from the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad became president of the Reading Railroad. With a reputation as a progressive railroader, he brought new ideas to end years of deficits. One of his first accomplishments was to improve the on-time arrival of scheduled freight trains to 90%. He is also given credit for one of the most innovative strategies by any railroad to win back business, the Reading Company's B-line service concept. Introduced in 1967, the plan sought to speed up service and break through the impediments facing railroads. Traditional railroading involved moving freight in long trains, which would stop at marshaling yards along the way to drop off and/or pick up cars. This was time-consuming, resulting in shipments of less than 100 miles, taking up to 3 days to deliver. Union labor agreements left over from the days of the steam locomotive era also handicapped the railroads. One rule required a crew to be paid a second day of wages for any train traveling more than 100 miles. Also, a train traveling from one terminal to another required a new crew in each district or division. The result was slow service that made shipping by truck faster and less expensive than by rail. The Reading's B-line service concept was aimed at changing the handicaps to faster, cheaper service. Here is how it worked. A shipper would give the railroad 2 hours' notice of a shipment requiring between 5 and 20 freight cars. The railroad would dispatch a 3-man crew to the shipper's siding and transport the train directly to the receiver's siding. No stops for switching in between, no crew changes, no layovers. In other words, the train would make a beeline from one place to another. In order to accomplish this, the railroad needed and received cooperation from its labor unions. The unions realized that something had to be done to stem the loss of business, which of course affected their livelihoods. The railroad operated a test train on December 19, 1966, from Carson's Quarry in Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania, to the United States Steel Company in Fairless Hills. The 84-mile round trip was accomplished in 5 hours versus the 26-hour round trip of conventional service. The success of the test train resulted in the beginning of B-line service in January 1967. Thereafter, the railroad ran an average of 12 B-line service trains each month. During 1967, the Reading received the delivery of 15 new diesel locomotives, which carried the new B-line service logo on their sides. The clever logo featured 2 Reading diamonds representing the coal heritage of the Reading, with honeybees' wings and an antennae, bracketing the words B-line service. Located in the lime-rich Chester and Lebanon valleys, B-line service was most often used by large industries like U.S. Steel, Bethlehem Steel, Allenwood Steel, and other manufacturers. This new concept was recognized by the leading railroad trade publications of the days with articles and editorials praising the Reading for a marketing breakthrough. Railway Age, the leading trade publication of the time, gushed, "Mile per mile, the Reading is probably as innovative as any railroad anywhere." At the same time, electronic methods of tracing freight cars and new tools for salesmen were introduced. With the reorganization of bankrupt Northeastern railroads in 1976, the Reading became part of Conrail. Conrail continued the operation of B-line service after April 1, 1976.